The death toll from Hurricane Milton has tragically risen to at least 16, as Florida residents begin the daunting task of rebuilding their lives. Nearly 2.5 million households remain without power, and many areas flooded by the storm are still grappling with the aftermath. Milton made landfall late Wednesday as a Category 3 storm, bringing destructive winds to communities still recovering from Hurricane Ellen, which claimed 237 lives across the southeastern United States. While flooding wreaked havoc, tornadoes appeared to be responsible for many of Milton's fatalities. Despite the devastation, the National Weather Service issued a record 126 tornado warnings on Wednesday, highlighting the storm's severity. As search operations continue, the Coast Guard successfully rescued a boat captain who weathered the storm clinging to a cooler in the Gulf. President Biden urged residents to remain indoors due to hazardous conditions, while former President Trump extended prayers to those affected and hinted at future political support. Experts warn that climate change is intensifying storm patterns, making events like Hurricane Milton a sobering wake-up call for all. In a tragic escalation of violence, Gaza's health ministry reports at least 61 Palestinians killed and 231 wounded in the last 24 hours amid ongoing Israeli attacks. Since October 2023, Israeli assaults have claimed over 42,000 lives in Gaza. As humanitarian crises deepen, 𝐒𝐭𝐲, executive director of Physicians for Human Rights Israel, reported the dire conditions for Palestinian prisoners and civilians, emphasizing the urgent need for medical assistance and support amid rampant violence. Moving towards Lebanon, the situation also worsens as airstrikes on Beirut's center destroyed 2 residential buildings, claiming at least 22 lives and injuring 117 others. In southern Lebanon, Israeli forces targeted a watchtower used by peacekeepers, injuring 2 individuals. The UN peacekeeping chief warns the Security Council that the safety of peacekeepers in Lebanon is increasingly at risk, with Israeli forces firing on UNIFIL positions. Moreover, the Israeli military, acknowledging injuries to UN peacekeepers during combat with Hezbollah, is conducting a high-level review of the incidents. Meanwhile, Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati calls for strengthening the Lebanese army and urges the international community to intervene against Israel's actions. In today's top stories, the Supreme Court has announced a full court reference for outgoing Chief Justice Qazi Faiz Issa, scheduled for October 25. This follows speculation about potential tenure extensions, which were met with strong opposition from the PTI, threatening nationwide protests. CJP Issa has firmly rejected any such proposals, reaffirming his commitment to institutional integrity. In Rawalpindi, the Punjab government has imposed Section 144, prohibiting public gatherings for 8 days ahead of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit on October 15 and 16. Over 10,000 security personnel will ensure the safety of nearly 900 delegates as the capital prepares for this high-profile event. Meanwhile, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Ali Amin Gandapur has committed to hosting a jirga for the Pashtun Tahaffuz movement, PTM, related to the ban on the group. He assured participants that their issues will be addressed peacefully. Lastly, the parliamentary committee tasked with drafting constitutional amendments, including an extension for the Chief Justice, has failed to reach consensus in its latest meeting. With multiple drafts on the table, lawmakers from various parties will reconvene to seek agreement on this contentious issue.